There was 11 hours, 57 minutes, and 7 seconds of H3 show last week. You might not have watched it all, but I did, and I'm going to recap it. I'm Madman, and this is H3 Last Week. It was a great run of shows last week. Ethan reacted to Tana outing Cody Ko as a creep, spoke to a comedian who may or may not be an alpha bro, made a virtual turducken of retractions, and began the search for the next old-timey, slightly offensive comedian to be a regular on the show. But before we get into all of that, let's take a look at some of the other things that happened. Teddy Fresh released its summer collection this week featuring swimwear for the very first time. Ethan loved the new sunset knit stripe shirt so much he wore it Thursday and Friday.
And Ethan's got the new
I love this
that
shirt.
Came out
I
today.
love it. It's my favorite shirt ever. I'm bringing it home and I'm wearing it all weekend.
Yay! And I believe we have it in the links. This is a high-tech podcast.
Oh my god!
Wow.
You're right, that is so crazy.
Wow!
Wait, is it on autofocus?
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
A twirl. A twirl.
I'm surprised that the autofocus is so good.
Wow, breezy, beautiful. Here, I'm pinning it. Little pop-up.
It's so fun when Ethan likes the designs.
On Monday, Ethan had an idea for Zach to make some radio stingers and jingles for the show.
Club.
Yeah,
Power 106. Miami Radio. We should make a radio jingle for the show.
All I have to say is bravo Zach and the crew, because this is how Wednesday's show started.
You are listening to KETH 101.
Unimportant.
You're about to have your mind blown.
I'm warning you.
Welcome everybody to KETH 101. Everybody,
Show.
America's favorite talk radio show, the cattiest bitch in town. Thank you, Liam.
Middle-aged man.
All right. All right. That just keeps on going.
The stingers even inspired Dan to provide traffic reports for the audience.
To the roads, people. Wow, the 110 stretch through downtown is looking real solid on the northbound side. The southbound side, a little near Crypto.com Arena, but for the most part, looking clear. The 101 south through Hollywood, real jammed up right around
405
Sunset.
South is a mess.
For the 100 or so of you out there, avoid the 10 west right now. Looking big slowdown right around Normandy. If you're looking to get across the Santa Monica Mountains real quick from the valley to the LA Basin, you might want to consider Topanga Canyon. I'm going to give, just to switch it up a little bit, how about, let's see. If you happen to live in Indianapolis, have I got some news for you. The 65 right off of North Delaware Street, completely jammed up in the western and northward looking directions. So if
Dan,
you are in
you
Indianapolis,
better hurry it up.
and you're trying to travel west on the 65 freeway in that kind of central-ish
Even
area,
the tone
it
is
looks like
getting
it's a little
over
bit east of the White River. Look
Wrap
for
it
another
up.
route. Thank you
Wrap
so much.
it up.
Back to you, Ethan.
Yo, it's producer Dan. You're listening to KETH. Ah, yeah.
Let's go.
Also on Monday, the crew reacted to the viral Edna Mode impersonator.
I never see anything like it.
Unbelievably impressive. What's
Yeah,
that?
that is for sure a feat of athleticism.
Ethan and Dan made an attempt at doing the walk.
He's fit. It's you. Too tall. You're standing up too much. I think so. But like she didn't lift herself at all.
But AB pretty much nailed it.
You do it on the tippy toes like she did. Wow. Wow. Holy smokes.
CoffeeZilla released a new video this week on internet bank Lada, and we learned that Ethan and Dan turned down an offer from Lada a while back.
They reached out to us. They were offering some kind of investment savings account, silliness. And me and Dan looked over that and we're like, obviously it's a no. Because it doesn't make, all these ones that they promise some kind of return or something, they just want your money.
No.
Yeah, that's a no from us, So we said no, I don't want to put my fans onto such a product. The risk of to them is too great. And even though they're offering a bag, we, out of respect and love, said, you shove it.
What would a week at H3 be without checking in on Cav? On Monday, Ethan had this to say to our wet and reckless friend.
I want to say, you, Ryan. Suck this tiny Jewish you bitch. Suck it. Find your edge on these nuts, bitch.
And on Wednesday, Ethan examined Ryan's recent social post about his movie that we're all dying to see.
Is this photograph, Ryan? What are you doing?
Class project.
Monday's feature was a retraction to the story from Friday about the guy with the suspended license who called into court while driving.
So that is an apology and a retraction to the one I've wronged most in my life.
Oh, that was the apology and retraction.
Yes.
To Corey?
To Corey, yeah.
So what exactly are you apologizing for?
Okay, first I called him dumb.
Right. So do you now think that he's not dumb?
I don't think I need to fully retract that. Because I think there's still quite a bit of evidence suggesting that he's kind of a bonehead.
Okay, so what is it that you're apologizing for?
I'm definitely issuing a retraction, or at least maybe not even a retraction, but an update. like how Vanity, whatever. It's more like an update, so an amendment.
But before that retraction, there was another quick retraction.
So for the record, I don't know if Ryan's he might have got his license back.
Yeah.
But he was suspended. He had to get a driver, I believe I read in the court filings.
Yeah, I know it was suspended at one point. Not sure if it still is, though.
How long do people's license get suspended
Is this
for?
the retraction?
This is a new retraction.
For the new defamation?
This is
you
a
just dropped?
retraction for my
New
previous
defamation suit just dropped.
Defamation, yeah.
And then on Friday, Ethan was presented with new information about the guy with the suspended license, causing him to retract his retraction.
He never had a license.
Mm.
So when his ability to drive gets reinstated, he still doesn't have a license. In fact, the judge says, not only never have a license in Michigan, he's never had a license anywhere ever. He has no qualifications to drive a car in any state, territory, or commonwealth.
Yeah.
Not only is he guilty, he's mega guilty, and he's a fucking liar that played this whole nation like a fiddle.
That's not your ID.
Imagine going to jail for something this dumb. Goddamn hoopla, dude.
During that retraction, Dan pointed out that another retraction was on the cards.
All right, I've been waiting until the end, but unfortunately you're going to have to issue another retraction.
No.
No shot.
At the very beginning of this segment, you called him the most honorable judge, the most honorable man in America, or something like that.
Is that not subject to my opinion?
Well,
Don't
maybe
ruin
this will
it.
change your opinion.
Don't ruin
Why
it.
are you coming after Cedric, bro?
Tana Cody Co situation, and even though it was a feature, I really don't want to get into it because I think the whole thing is pretty gross, and it seems like the crew agrees with me. But we did get this little tidbit from Ethan.
But I do want to say that I continue to be the undefeated, loyal. I have never had sex with, as an adult, I've never had sex with a teenager. Actually, I don't think I've ever had sex with a teenager. I don't think I ever have.
W.
I lost my virginity when I was 19 and she was 23. Kind of epic.
Also on Wednesday, Alpha King Nima called in, and it didn't seem to go quite to plan.
Well, what's your problem with fat people? I don't really get that.
It's it's all good.
Ethan kept setting him up, but for some reason Nima couldn't knock him down.
Before we go, because we have a lot to get to today, do you have any alpha rules, Alpha King rules you want to share with the audience before we go? Or anything, frankly. You want to impart some last final wisdom?
Ethan even had to use the button at one point during the conversation, which of course brings us to this week's button compilation.
Don't talk about TikTok. You're on stage.
It's time to get canceled.
Sorry, I didn't
What the
catch that
hell?
one.
No, I know. I'm not blaming you. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Somebody just held up a
Somebody-
C-word sign directly in front of the camera.
I've been saying that shit since I was 12.
You gotta be
I gotta
kidding
bail
me.
on this. JoJo said the C word. They showing the C word.
And then he sucked two guys' dick. And you know. You know, and it was right around the point that Cat Williams did the episode.
Not a single button for anything Ethan said this week, but man, JoJo's got to chill. Here's what happened on Thursday. Ethan and Dan discussed the prep for the Alpha King call and dissected the previous day's interview. The crew watched an inarticulate Mom for Liberty attempt to explain what woke is. They nearly saw the fupa of a city councilman in Rio as he was caught on Zoom on the can. There was discussion of sports and esports betting. There was appreciation of the autofocus on the new camera as Ethan was showing off the details of his sweet new shirt. They then advised Ethan on the length of his mustache and spent the last 40 minutes of the show in wholesome friendship playing dress up with Ethan. Zach even let him wear his Rolex. It was a lot of fun. Friday's big story, of course, was the search for the next Jimmy Lee. We even got a cool intro video.
Yeah, we're trying to find the next Jimmy Lee. Oh, the next elderly. Wayne, won't it be you so true? Is it you? America's next top, Jimmy Lee.
We met our first contestant, a gentleman from Long Island running for mayor of New York, Mr. Wayne Diamond.
Sad, let us introduce the new sensation, hopefully, of the H3 podcast, the next mayor of New York City. Let's bring him out here. There's Wayne Diamond.
Hello.
Wayne, can you hear us?
I can hear you perfect, baby.
Nice.
See.
Wayne
Where
Diamond.
are you now?
Wow.
This is the only other clip I can show you from the segment because I have no idea what Wayne was saying most of the time, and I don't want to risk it.
I could be a regular, no problem. You call me once in a while. I love it. I'm here for you guys. No.
That's wonderful.
Listen, I gotta go. I gotta have dinner. Look at me. I'm starving, baby.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
But of course, there's only one Jersey Outlaw, folks, and he's back.
I was tuned in. I feel like I you don't understand every word, but you understand the gist.
The gist.
Yeah.
What happened?
Jimmy,
He's risen.
I got my eye on you.
He's back. He's back.
It was great seeing Jimmy back on the show, but as chat pointed out, it felt a little bit like he was breaking up with the show before the show broke up with him.
I want you guys to do what's best for you. You guys have been kind to me, and I love you, and I'm thankful and grateful for all you did. And
wow.
Sometimes it comes to a point where, you know, things change, and even if I'm not on, I still want to have a nice relationship with you and DM you once in a while and bust your chops, and you can DM me. It doesn't change that I love you and you're a good person.
Is this the last we'll see of Jimmy Lee, the Jersey Outlaw? Only time will tell.
Is the Jersey Outlaw ever done? Let's talk.
Legends never die, Jimmy.
Or is it just a little bit of clickbait, Zach? Is it a little bit of clickbait?
That's right.
Or is he done?
That's right.
Oh, I learned that from you, Zach, last year about the clickbait.
The question is, if we welcome back into the fold, will it just cycle again?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The week ended with Ethan, Ela, and the crew tackling criticism from fans on Reddit.
Anytime reading is required, the juice is in the Instagram caption, or you need to read the caption of the TikTok. He gets so confused or doesn't see the point of it being included in the segment. Anytime reading is required, he gets so confused and doesn't see the point of it being included in the segment. I don't get it.
I think this sums it up.
I don't want to make excuses. You know, I could do better, and you know, I think the show would be better if I would
just
focus a little
will
more on.
Say, just be easy on yourself too, because we did just have a third child, and we have a lot going on in our personal life. So
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
It takes a minute to.
Before I end the show, I want to talk about the Reddit criticism, so if my opinion on that interests you, please stick around. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I hope you come back next week. So, there's nothing wrong with fans providing feedback. If I were to give people the benefit of the doubt, I would assume that when they're providing criticism, it comes with good intentions. The thing I take issue with is how easily I often see people say things such as the crew doesn't prep enough or do enough pre-show work. As someone who works hard at everything he does and is never 100% satisfied with the results, I want to address this criticism specifically. You see, unless you work with someone and are around them 5 days a week, you really have no business talking about how much work they have or haven't done. I can guarantee you that the crew are working as hard as they can to bring you the best show that they can 4 days a week. And when they're not working on the show, they're talking about how they can make it better. So even if you don't know or are unsure of that, the kind thing to do is assume they are. And if you still feel the need to go on the internet and tell them how you think they can improve, just stop for a second and remember that these are real people with real lives and real feelings. And then ask yourself if you really think your Reddit comment is going to make things better or worse. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends so that I have a reason to keep doing this. Have a great week and be kind to each other. Here's the God Shot with special guest Ducky.